you. This is life-changing, and it's already been life-changing for thousands of people. My patients needed solutions outside of the office to reduce their stress response. And what it came down to was when people's nervous systems are in fight or flight, nobody's at their best. Fight or flight kills all of our rational thinking. It inflames our body. It creates 90% of chronic health problems. And I think we need a solution that's simple, effective, and that anybody can use so that everybody can be their best.
Buzzies are neuroscience wearables that decrease stress levels in as little as 30 seconds. The devices use gentle vibrations on each side of the body to help you calm down, focus, optimize your performance, and even sleep better. Buzzies come in a set to be worn on either side of the body and can be purchased in any one of 3 colorful options. Buzzies can be worn as wearables on your wrist, clipped to clothing, hidden in pockets or socks, or held in each hand, making them useful at any time of day. Studies have shown that 30 seconds of using Buzzies can reduce stress by 71%.
We had just landed a project called an ABC, an accelerated bridge construction, and it's to be able to launch something in place rapidly without minimizing the impact of the traveling public. So I was able to use her Buzzies when she wasn't using them, and I just felt really good when we were planning the work at that time. The execution of the construction, the window was 96 hours. And we had some issues, but I was able, and my team was able to quickly identify solutions to those problems on site, and those Buzzies really helped me arrive at those decisions a lot quicker.
I travel a lot. I think I was out of town 200 days last year. I take a lot of short trips. I never want to check bags. I never want to wait at the carousel. I try as much as possible, as I know a lot of people do, to travel just with carry-on. Carry-on just wasn't good enough. The bag was impossible. You couldn't walk with the bag over anything other than just a perfectly flat surface, and the world is not perfectly flat.
We all travel as commuters. We travel more often on shorter trips. Like many others, I realized that something was missing. A new type of traveler was evolving. This new traveler was not being taken care of by any part of the industry. This is where Meural comes in. The first thing I realized was that we would need a large diameter wheel to meet the needs of today's commuters and travelers. What are big wheels good for? For one, they put the center of gravity closer to the rotation axis, and that makes the bag feel dramatically lighter. These large axle-less wheels strengthen the sides of the bag, and they're so slim that they won't take any additional space from the interior of the bag.
Hi, I'm Daniel Green, and welcome to the Gourmia kitchen. Today's discovery? Something that real tea lovers like myself have been waiting for. Meet the Gourmia T-Square. The T-Square uses Gourmia's own IT technology to automatically handle everything from boiling to brewing to the all-important steeping of the tea leaves. That means loose tea lovers like myself can finally get rid of all of this. And for those of you who are still using these, prepare to say goodbye. And say hello to the first fully automatic loose tea brewer. That's right, the T-Square recreates and automates every part of real tea making. Boiling, brewing, and of course the magical, mystical steep, where the rich leaves and the delicate flavors fuse with the water to produce that truly perfect cup of tea. And all you have to do is fill this easy accessible 4-cup thermally insulated tank with water, and then place your favorite loose tea leaves inside this exceptional engineered brew basket. It's designed to ensure to maximize that saturation with superior steeping without bruising the leaves or contaminating that delicate steep in the brewing process. Now you're ready to turn it on. Select your preferred strength, insert the special glass carafe, and by the way, don't forget to insert that carafe because you'll see that the T-Square is also designed for safety. So if it senses there's no carafe, then there's no tea. Now we're seconds away from understanding why we Brits and all the world's tea-loving cultures positively insist on loose leaf tea. Because the only thing that belongs in bags is groceries. Perfect. All the taste and richness, none of the weight or worry.
Merge Labs is the behind-the-scenes research and development department of Merge VR. And it's the place where we're developing a lot of different types of products and technologies that we think are going to affect the future of virtual reality in different ways. One of the things we're focusing on right now is Moonshot. And Moonshot is a universal motion controller. And so we're developing a lot of really cool prototypes and different interaction models for using a mobile motion controller in the virtual world.
We've never started with the technology and then figure out where to fit it. We always start with the consumer, what they need, what makes sense, where's technology today, and then therefore what is the right consumer product to build in order to meet their needs and meet their desires. And from what we've seen, and with all the study we've done, and the massive amount of feedback we've gotten from users, this is what makes sense right now. It's going to make sense for at least the next 5 years. Is something that you hold in your hand, something where you can kind of interact in many different ways, something that's very comfortable, a smaller form factor, and also kind of wave around, and you actually like having the gravity of something that's in your hand and that you can actually feel.
When you're in virtual reality, one of your first instincts is to reach out and try to touch stuff. Whether or not you have a controller in your hand, people just naturally are inclined to, they feel like they're there, they feel like they're teleported to another place, and they want to interact with that place. And the only way to do that is to start bringing the user's motion into that space. So a very intuitive way to do that is through a controller. People are pretty familiar with the way a controller works.
The products that Merge has come out with, like the Merge goggles, the Moonshot controller, all of these things are just like mobile. They fit in your pocket, they go with you anywhere, and they're super easy to take around and to do anything with. So mobile because everyone has it and everyone's going to want to do it.
The opportunity to work on iOS as well as Android is certainly one thing, but we can also now with Moonshot work on Gear and HoloLens and WebVR, and these are all going to be platforms that I get to put users into my content and create games.
For me, as a developer, my biggest frustration is building technology, building experiences that people don't have access to, because the hardware, the equipment is too complicated or too expensive. I think we all want to get.
We've created something elegant and connected.
We built something meaningful.
Something innovative.
What if changing your art was simple?
Meural is a beautiful digital canvas.
Meural is pushing the boundaries of technology, art, and design. It's honoring the tradition of artwork while innovating in a new medium.
Meural is really a window to the great museums, galleries, artist studios, and workshops around the world. A number of my friends, they're past that stage in life where they're putting up posters on their wall. You find an image that you like, and now you have to either go online or go to the store and pay for it and bring it home, or wait a few weeks for it to be shipped. With a mural, you can have that image instantly. That's how we're making art accessible to you.
Artwork is historically inaccessible to a broad demographic. It's incredible to think about this object that's intended to show the work the way it's meant to be shown, and strangely, that hasn't existed before.
So a big part of my job is building relationships, and a lot of those relationships are with galleries and people who work with artists and artists themselves. It's important that we have those relationships so that we can get the most powerful art and images to people, to deliver that to them in their homes.
We're working with incredible designers and developers. Richard Clarkson created an incredible set of designs for us that will make the mural frame really stand out.
I thought it was a piece of paper at first. I didn't realize until sort of you wave your hand in front of it and it moves into a new screen that it was actually already a digital surface. Upon sort of those very early discussions about what material directions we should go in, it sort of was pretty clear from early on that it was just always going to be wood. That warmth that it brings both on the wall and to the